It's so spread out. Hmm. That it is. It is very hot.
Nick Gallo, OKC Thunder. Dub, Mark was saying that you guys just played with a level of confidence that whole second half. Tell me about the third quarter burst that you felt, but then also the way that you guys just kind of kept things moving on the scoreboard in that fourth quarter, even when they were making a run. It just seemed like you all continue to have good, solid answers.
Honestly, I think our start was better. Just defensively, we were better just being engaged. I think how you start the game kind of like carry over, and I thought we did a good job of that. And then third quarter, we're playing a really good team, so anytime they can kind of get ahead of steam, we try and like shut that off early, or at least just make it harder. They're going to have runs, and you can't really like determine when they're going to have runs. But that third quarter coming out, we try and like really buckle down defensively and set the tone again. Halftime, especially like when you're starting to play later in the season, these half times are longer, so it's kind of like you restart the game a little bit. So we try and like have a lot of emphasis on that.
Jalen, it's been a whirlwind of a 36, 48 hours for Shea. And obviously, right before tip-off, he's out there hoisting the MVP award. What did you sense out of him, just his emotions, and then how he responded tonight?
First off, huge congrats to him. It's an award that is really cool to be a part of. I don't know how many people in the NBA can say that they have a teammate that's MVP, so it's really dope for him. And then I think it's very impressive how fast he's able to turn the page. Just obviously a flow and of emotions that probably go through your head, and the sense of like relief, I feel like, because you have to wait so long after the season to figure it out. Like I feel like there's just a ton of emotions. He's able to push those aside and have a night like he did tonight is really impressive. I think that also keeps the rest of the team at ease when he's able to flip the page as quick as he is. It kind of gets us in the same mode that he's in.
Dub, back here. I know it's a small sample, but through 2 games, it feels like you've maybe asserted yourself in this series, unlike any other series so far. Like, why do you think you've been able to assert yourself so well in this series?
Every series is different, and I know that, so I just try and come out there and do the same thing that I did previously, just as far as like being aggressive and taking what the defense me. But yeah, just honestly not trying to like linger too long into the last series and just read off of what they're doing and not think about it too much.
And we've talked all year about these sort of third quarter, fourth quarter runs, these massive runs we expect you guys to go on. I don't know if they've happened a lot in these playoffs, maybe not as much as they have in this series so far. Why do you think they've happened so frequently in this series, and can you sort of sense when a team is like losing its grip per se?
These runs don't like happen as frequently just because I feel like the amount of possessions that you get in a game in the playoffs is probably a little less. I feel like every team in the NBA can sense when you're going to go on a run or when a run's kind of happening. Again, it's not something that like we're like hoping for or looking for, you know what I mean? It's just like when you play hard and you kind of take it one possession at a time, that's what it ends up being. So we're not looking for those, but when we do sense it and we kind of feel that we're in the middle of it, it does like heighten it that we're at home. And honestly, like trying to keep the energy up will be a big one, just going into these away games where you don't have the crowd kind of into it.
Dub, when you first got here, I'm sure you were talked to about the potential of what this team could have. And just here in the last couple of years, obviously Mark gets Coach of the Year, Sam gets Executive of the Year. Or on all defensive teams. Can you just talk about taking a breath and looking about all the stuff that you're probably told could potentially happen, starting to realize right now?
This isn't like to negate your question, but I really try not to think about it too much because it distracts from what we're trying to do. But yeah, there are times like I would say in the regular season where it's just like, I guess like my All-Star was like a good time to like reflect on just how fast and I think and how fortunate we are just like be in the spot that we are. But as of right now, like I don't really think about it too much just because obviously, like I said, we're playing a really good team and they require all of our energy and focus going into that.
J-Dub, Shay just mentioned that our team really enjoys playing defense and you guys find it very fun. What is it like to be on a team with a group of guys that are truly cut from a different cloth when it comes to having a defensive mindset?
Yeah, I don't know how it started, but I think we just take pride in defense, and I think that just makes it fun for us. I don't really have like a pinpoint time when it got that way, but it's just something competitive about our team that likes doing it, and I think we understand that kind of what makes us go in a way, so we kind of try to make that our identity.
Chet, you guys have all talked about this mindset of continuing to get better as the playoffs have gone along. It seems like one area that's just continuing to grow and develop is you and Kaysen's connection in the half court, but especially in transition as well. How have you seen that grown here over the last few weeks?
I think a lot of times really good things just happen naturally when everybody has the right intentions, and Queso is definitely that way. When he gets out in transition, or whether it's half court, executing sets, he's always trying to make the right play, be aggressive within that, and naturally we've kind of been connecting, I guess. The opportunity's been there in the games, and he's been putting the ball up there, so I got to go get it.
Dub, in pregame, Mark was talking about you making all defense, and he said what really stood out was that stretch when you were playing a lot of the big minutes. How has that sort of helped you over the course of the season and into the playoffs?
It's kind of like that thing where like he does a lot of like subs during the year. So when you like get subbed in, you're not like taken out of the game, or like it's not new. I feel like that's kind of the same thing. Like I've had so many reps of guarding like so many different kinds of guys and different positions, and like just where I've been, like when we go zone, and just so many different things have been thrown at me defensively. I think it's made me a better defensive player and just player in general. And I feel like too, you kind of got to embrace that, and I feel like it's just a really fun thing to add to my game, and I just take it as a challenge depending on where they put me and see how good I can be in whatever role I'm in.
You guys faced a lot of different zones during the regular season. Of course, Denver threw some at you in the previous series. You guys handled it pretty well tonight. In fact, they look like they brought their guards out a little bit higher like Denver did tonight. Just talk about how the different things you face are helping you in this series.
Yeah. A zone, for the most part, is going to be around the same. How we choose to attack it obviously changes. But a lot of it is just trying to play through it and not let it make you stagnant too much. But, yeah, I mean, we've seen a ton of different defenses, not even just from the Denver game, but we're going to get stuff thrown at us, and it's just about how well we're able to evolve during the game through those experiences.
Chet, one of the things that Mark mentioned was the mental toughness you guys will need heading into Minnesota. What does that look like as you guys kind of lean into that?
Yeah, obviously, part of it's going to have to come on our end, but part of it's going to be natural, too. We understand that there's a really good team on the other side of this with good coaches and good players. They're going to have adjustments. They're going to come out swinging and ready to play, so we got to do the same thing, and, we got to bring it. Every team is more comfortable, more confident on their own home floor, so, we know what to expect. We got to go out there and be ready for it.
Chet, I'd like you to answer this, and Jalen, if you've got anything you want to throw in, I'd be curious too. But you guys have been successful in the paint, both offensively and defensively. What do you attribute being able to, sort of have the success on both ends there in this series?
I'd say it just comes down to having a team mindset on both sides. On the offensive end, putting them in dilemmas and then trusting the next person to make the right play. So it really opens up the floor and it makes everybody better at the same time. And then on defense, it's the same thing. Basically having each other's back, understanding what the Wolves are trying to accomplish on the offensive end, and then take those things away. And when they do get an advantage, have somebody's back. So a lot of the credit goes to the all defensive players that we have, and then it's kind of on me and Hart on the backside to have their back at the rim if they do speed the guys up.
Chet, you've been one of the bigger proponents, just talking about Shea as MVP. You've done it multiple times, different post-game interviews, saying this is the MVP. What does it mean to see him actually raise that trophy?
And means a lot for my wrist. But
Do you have it on right now?
Yeah. It's, I mean, it means a lot. We see how hard he works, and clearly he takes care of us. So, you know, it's great to have somebody like that to play with. You know, he's fun to play with, but he's also, you know, he's somebody that, you know, you just want to be around. You know what I'm saying? So, I couldn't be happier for him, and obviously it's well deserved. We all see what he does out there. So.
Yeah, Dub, after watching Lou get snubbed year after year after year for an all-defensive team, yeah, what does it feel like, or I guess how proud are you to see him finally like get his credit, and how does it feel for you to finally get your recognition as well?
It makes me extremely happy for Lou. Playing defense and then like he doesn't shoot as many shots as I get to shoot, and for him to still go out there every night and guard literally the best player on the floor every single night for 82 games, and then however many games we play in the playoffs. Yeah, best player on the other team every night for 82 games and then some during the playoffs, and again, like still, it's not like he's shooting like 20 shots a night, and he's doing that for his whole career. For him to finally have that breakthrough is really cool. It's definitely a special moment. I know he's really happy about it. And then for me, I don't know, when I'm looking at it, it's only year 3, so my struggle is a little different than his, but it's a cool accomplishment. Obviously, it leaves a lot of room for me to grow and continue to do that. But, yeah, I'm more excited for Lou just to be on there because he's special defensively. Good night, everybody.